What's up, guys? Brett Okamoto from ESPN, joined by, you know this man, Daniel Cormier. Usually I get to be here with Megan O'Leary in the back, but she's not here tonight, so I'm stuck with DC. We're going to talk UFC 275.
You can't go crazy and introduce me without saying my new title.
The Hall of Famer?
Absolutely.
The
you
Hall
saw
of
it.
Famer,
I know
Daniel
you saw
Cormier.
it.
Did you see my post, by the way, though?
No.
Great human, great fighter, terrible golfer, but a Hall of Famer.
Oh, come on, man. Get out of here.
Yes, no, congratulations on the Hall of Fame. You're still flying high about that?
Dude, I have not stepped foot on the ground since I was in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
People keep telling me I'm not in the Hall of Fame yet, but I'm a Hall of Famer. You know?
I mean, I consider you a Hall of Famer already. So does that mean, like, years from now, 10 years from now, you want to be introduced as, like, former UFC champion, UFC heavyweight champion? You want to be introduced as Hall of Famer?
Hall of Famer. It's the best title I have.
All right. I'll keep that in mind. So Hall of Famer DC, talking UFC 275. You know, Glover Teixeira is getting it done at 42.
Yes.
You retired early, man. You retired young
I was done.
compared to this guy.
I was done, man. It was time for me to walk away. But this guy's different, man. He is truly improving as he gets older. And he's in a weight now where he's got a great skill set for the competition. Yeah. Right? Those guys can't defend Glover's takedowns. And when Glover's on top of you, from when he was 30 to now, this dude has ground and pound and top skills like no one else at light heavyweight. So it is what is separating him from the field at 205 pounds.
Yeah. Well, he recently said that it's probably his last year in the sport. You went through something like that, you know, where you were kind of like, I think it's towards it. Is that a bad thing? Is it a good thing? When you hear a guy say like that right before a title fight, is that cause for concern or no? I
think you know, though, right? Like, you know, whenever it's getting close to the end. But what he understands is that he is still the best in the world, right? He's wearing that title, and he just got that title. So for him to have the ability to say, I'm almost done, and mean it, but also know that he wins this fight. Now he's defended that belt. He's won the belt, defended the belt. This is massive for Glover because for him, he chased it for so long. Yeah. And the division just never moved. It was John or it was me. And now he's the man that's ruling the division. So I think it's fine because he's the king of the mountain now. Yeah. And he's grateful for being in the position after chasing it for so long.
What have you seen out of Jiří? What kind of fight are you anticipating, and what does Jiří need to do to win this fight?
Jiří's got to stay standing.
For sure.
You know, because if he's upright, he's as dangerous as anyone in any weight class in the entire UFC. But if you're under Glover Teixeira, especially early, you're in trouble. He is just that good on his back. So for me, the first thing Procházka has to do is stay upright. And he was training out in Arizona with Henry Cejudo and those guys. So he's got the right idea.
He knows.
He recognizes what he needs to do in order to give himself a chance. And that's really good for him.
I know you don't make picks for this. I mean, you're calling the fights.
I am.
Do you have a certain way that you're leaning, like stylistically, who this favors?
You know, the one thing about calling the fights is it grants me immunity from having to do this. Yeah. So you're not going to get it. If nobody else has been able to get
I'll ask you when the cameras turn off.
You'll never be able to get me to do that. Come on, man.
Are you really? So you won't even make a pick on Valentina Shevchenko and Taila Santos? I think it's pretty easy to make.
I will not make. Nope.
It's impossible to pick against Valentina Shevchenko
not
right
necessarily.
Now. Yeah. What have you seen?
People would have said it's impossible to pick against Amanda Nunes back in December.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
And look at what happened there.
I know. Wait, when you were going into a Shevchenko fight. It's been like this for a while now, right? It's just kind of like, and you're right, we've had champions like this before where it almost just seems like this celebration before it happened. What gets you up for a Valentina fight? You know, what are you appreciating the most about her right now?
Her ability to dominate for so long, right? Because all we have seen in the entire time that we have had Valentina is her win. Even when she lost to Amanda, it was very close in a weight that she really wasn't suited for. She was tiny. Yeah. Right? She's got a win over Holly Holm, who I just saw compete at 40 at the highest level in the division. Yeah. At 125, she has been an absolute killer. So you get excited for the dominance, and you get excited to see someone that has done it so long, so well, and so consistently. But with Santos, you finally get the idea that there might be somebody in this weight class that can compete with her.
Finishing ability, too.
Finishing
she can
ability.
finish.
And big.
Because you got to finish. I feel like you almost have to finish Shevchenko. Trying to beat her over the course of a 5-round fight.
Well, Amanda did it.
It's just so difficult.
Amanda did it, though.
Well, you just said in a weight class that she didn't even belong in.
But it's been done, Brett. I'm just saying.
All right.
It's been done
I think
what I'm saying.
The most likely way for Taila to win,
finish,
and she has that finishing ability.
And she has that ability, but she's big.
All right.
She's also a woman that if had to fight at 135, she could bulk up into 135 and look like she fit more than Valentina does. Yeah. That's how big Santos is. So That one gets me excited.
I am intrigued by that fight. Another one I'm intrigued by, last one we'll talk about, is the rematch, Joanna versus Weili Zhang. What do you remember about that first fight?
It was nuts. First off, I remember the hematoma. Like,
of course.
I was like, wow, I've never seen one like that with a woman.
I was watching that fight the other day, and you were like, in the middle of the call, you're like, she's aiming for that thing on her head.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, it's there. It's like, it's a target. Hit it.
Yeah.
And she just kept hitting it over and over again. I'm excited about the adjustments that they both made because there were some things that Joanna does very consistently that Weili was able to counter. I did a detail on the fight because it was so good. But Joanna does a great job of throwing the push kick. Weili recognized that, was constantly just moving it off to the side, blasting the right hand, and that's where the hematoma came.
Yeah.
So I want to see what adjustments Joanna's made. And honestly, the fight was going to be fun. The fight was always exciting, but I think it's even more exciting now after Carlos Esparza became champion.
Yeah.
Because now there's a clear path for both of them to try to regain the championship.
Yep. Last thing I'll ask you about this, that fight is 2 years off for Joanna.
Yeah.
That fight was actually her last fight.
Yeah.
Do you have any question marks about Joanna coming back, and just in terms of is that a topic for you going into this one?
The question for me is the motivation.
Right.
What made her come back? Because she took the fight before Rose lost the belt.
Yes.
So obviously the path to the title wasn't as clear.
Yeah.
And she says she's been making more money outside of the octagon. So what's the motivation for Joanna Jędrzejczyk coming back to fight mixed martial arts? And in coming back, fighting Zhang Weili.
Yeah.
You know, so like she took the toughest fight imaginable for her coming back, and maybe that's what got her off of doing everything that she's been doing outside of the octagon.
Yeah.
But the reality is Zhang Weili is just the best athlete in female fighting. Even though she's lost, she is legit the best athlete across all weight classes in female
Just
fighting.
so powerful and so
strong, fast. She can wrestle. She can do everything.
Yep.
She literally is what you would build if you built a female mixed martial artist.
For sure.
You build Zhang Weili.
Well, I think it was a good observation by you that I actually had talked to Joanna like pretty much right after Esparza won, and she's like, I was in the gym. I did 4 sessions yesterday just because I'm just like, now I see it. I got to win this fight, and then it's right there. So I think that did give her a boost in the middle of this camp.
Yeah.
We'll see how she looks in that rematch. We're looking forward to UFC 275. It's going to be in Singapore. DC will be there. And
are you going?
I'm not going. I'm going with my wife to Portugal, so we're taking a little trip.
Happy Valentine's Day, I guess.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.